Oxford shooter sentencing, emotional moments as victims and families confront the teen who shot and killed their loved ones.
She put her head in her hands and it said, "Not my baby boy."
I looked through the glass. My scream should have shattered it.
In my opinion, it takes a deeply disturbed individual to leave the compass of basic human decency.
Remembering the terrifying minutes from 2 years ago.
I kept trying to reassure her. Someone will come help us. Don't worry. Just keep breathing. Just please stay with me.
Honoring the victims.
There are no words to capture her incandescent humor, thoughtfulness, wit, kindness, or loyalty.
The closure as the boy who brought so much pain to their lives learns his fate. An emotional day in court for everyone impacted by the Oxford High School shooting. We appreciate you being with us this Friday at 5 o'clock. I'm Glenda Lewis. Just a short time ago, Ethan Crumbly sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. These are the lives that were taken by the shooter on that fateful day in 2021. Tate Meir, Madison Baldwin, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling. We have team coverage as reaction pours in after the sentencing. Simon Shaquette standing by. But we're going to begin with 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig with the emotional day in the courtroom.
Hey, Glenda, it was really, truly heartbreaking to hear how the shootings have changed so many lives, but none more than those who lost children.
As you get older, you will realize the path you've chosen, and it will haunt you.
We wear the pain like a heavy coat, constant reminders every day. Every hour is the darkest time of the day.
One by one, the parents of Madison Baldwin, Tate Meir, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling spoke about their unimaginable loss and the desire to see the teenager who killed their children never walk free again.
The manner in which my son Justin was so cold-heartedly, methodically executed shows clearly the pure evil and malice of the shooter.
So in lieu of execution, I feel strongly that the individual should never be allowed to walk among his peers again. And this is why I'm going to ask you to lock this son of a up for the rest of his pathetic life. His blatant lack of human decency and disturbing thoughts on life in general do not in any way warrant a second chance. My son doesn't get a second chance, and neither should he.
Hannah's murder has destroyed a large portion of my very soul. I am a shell of the person I used to be.
Then students and a teacher who were shot also talked about the impact of the horrendous crime against them all.
Hannah and I were left in utter loneliness. And I thought I was dying. I kept repeating my mom's phone number to make sure my brain was functioning. I was creating math problems in my head and solving them to make sure I wasn't dying.
Because I came within your line of sight, you intended to kill me. Someone you didn't even know.
The shooter himself saying he's remorseful and trying to be a better person.
I am a really bad person. I have done terrible things that no one should ever do. Any sentence that they ask for, I ask that you do impose it on me because I want them to be happy and I want them to feel secure and safe, and I do not want them to worry another day.
The judge then laid out his reasons for his decision, including the shooter's extensive planning.
Unfortunately, this is what the defendant wanted, as he wrote in his journal. He wanted to see the impact of his crime, which is why he did not take his own life. Count 1, terrorism causing death. Sentence of the court is that defendant shall serve life without the possibility of parole, credit for 8 days served. Counts 2 through 5, homicide, first degree, premeditated murder, juvenile defendant. Sentence of the court is that defendant shall serve the rest of his life without the possibility of parole with the Michigan Department of Corrections, credit for 8 days served.
And though this day of sentencing is over, Glenda, the pain of what happened on November 30th, 2021 will certainly last a lifetime. Back to you.
All right, Kim, they were raw family members, real, pouring their hearts out in the courtroom. Thank you so much. So many lives impacted by this horrible tragedy as they remember those who were lost. 7 Action News reporter Simon Shaquette joins us now after speaking with families and attorneys and spending this morning in the courtroom, Simon, as these emotions played out.
Glenda, that's exactly right. Families going on at length about the overwhelming loss and the pain they felt for the past 2 years, signaling to the judge that they felt the only appropriate sentence would be life without parole, and that's exactly what happened.
Reflecting on a day of sadness and gut-wrenching moments, parent Megan Gregory, whose son survived the Oxford mass shooting, sharing what the last 2 years have been like for her son.
We moved him to a very small school just to try and get him to go to school. Hopefully, the shooter listening to how it's affected all of us.
Inside a packed courtroom, the Oxford High School shooter who killed Madison Baldwin, Tate Meir, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling stayed silent and lowered his head for hours, only looking up once when prompted. November 30th, 2021, a day countless families who've lost children can never forget as they live with ongoing trauma.
They wake up every day and they wonder if they can go on. There's no words for that one.
Nicole Beausoleil was first to speak after losing her daughter Madison Baldwin during the school shooting. Her speech, like so many others, focusing on the legacy of her child and insisting the defendant who pled guilty serve life without parole.
One of the young ladies had to ask him 3 times to look at her. She wouldn't. If you noticed at the end when she asked, "Would you please look at me?" and he did.
I definitely don't think he was surprised by the sentence. He knew what he did that day was going to have large ramifications. He knew that this was a possibility.
Students who survived gunshots, including Kylie Osage and teacher Molly Darnell, calling out the shooter, who was 15 then, for his cowardice in murdering classmates. Parents' statements also focusing on now caring for survivors who are living with deep physical and emotional scars.
The judge, I don't know how he sits up there and listens to all of these and how he couldn't have a heart.
The emotional outpouring acknowledged by Judge Kwame Rowe, who thanked each speaker for their strength and courage. The judge considering their messages carefully about the horrific mass shooting at Oxford High.
Here outside court, the prosecutor, after everything concluded, came out to say her new focus after this is the case against the shooter's parents. That will be unfolding soon, and in the meantime, at 6, we'll be sharing more about what families say, how they want the shooter to live out the rest of his days. From Pontiac, Simon Shaquette, 7 Action News. Back to you, Glenda.
And really an entire community with feelings about this day and this sentencing. Simon, thank you for taking us in the courtroom with you. We will continue to bring you the very latest on the Oxford school shooting case as it continues. We'll have updates on air as well as on our website, WXYZ.com.